a group of guys like Nelk to land that person is so symbolic, so important for our youth, for people to see.
So what's your podcast?
The Coach HP Show.
I love it. Coach HP.
HP,
I like it,
what
man.
a vibe. You got a great vibe going on. We're happy we can meet you.
Great energy.
What's up, everybody? It's your coach. Welcome to a special episode of the Coach HP Show. Today's March 11th, Friday, March 11th. Let me get right into this. I woke up today to look at. I've been curious ever since I saw the Nelk podcast with President Trump, and I was real curious. I was like, man, this is doing amazing. Let me see how it's doing today. Yesterday it was a day and a half or something. It's already at 5 million views, and all of a sudden, I look and I don't see it anymore. And then I see Kyle posted this.
So 5 million views in 24 hours. YouTube has just deleted our Trump podcast episode. Trump was right. Trump was right.
So it's official. YouTube has deleted the Trump podcast. To me, why is this so not only important that we talk about this, but just so crazy? Is that when we talk about freedom of speech and freedom of speech getting blocked and not shown and certain things hidden from us, it starts to get scary. As a guy that came from a communist country, my first birthday was in Cuba. I don't remember anything about Cuba, but my family grew up in a horrible communist system where they control everything. I remember I was at Hyde at the nightclub, and a lot of people would tell me how awesome Cuba is and Castro and the whole thing. And a lot of times I had to eat it. Because what was I going to do? What was I going to fight every customer that had a lot of money, that was spending money at the table, that was going to be like, hey, man, yeah, Cuba, Castro's great. I was going to go, no, he isn't, bro, and slap him in the face. But the importance of this is whether you're a Trump guy, whether you're not a Trump guy, whether you hate him, you love him, whatever it is, right? Let's put that aside. Let's put that person aside. The action, the intent of removing that interview is catastrophic, because the milestone of a group of guys like Nelk to land that person is so symbolic, so important for our youth, for people to see. Because you have 3 dudes there that are normal guys, that have no journalistic background, that are just phenomenal at what they do. Even if one of the guy is going in his ear, even if the other guy is mom, the cleaners, while he's doing pranks at colleges, even when another guy is like, well, this guy's on the field and whoa, Peter, and he's on crack and blah. Guys like that were able to land an interview like this and ask serious, really awesome questions that these bullshit journalists in our times, it would have been like these guys that are on ABC, CBS, NBC, not real people. People that are fabricated by a network, people that are fabricated by sponsors, by corporations. This is completely different. This is 3 authentic dudes, 4. And then the best part is you have Steve Will Do It. They're just sitting there chilling, smiling, but present. Admitted, man, I was nervous. I want to say something. And why I think that's important for kids is it goes to show you that if you work hard at something, no matter what it is, whether it's pranks, whether it's doing funny, different kind of commentary on highlighted sports clips, whether it's doing golf, funny things. If you're good at something in this generation that's happening now, this generation, YouTube, videos, social media will give us a chance to make it. That's why YouTube, that's why you guys are so important, because you helped us. ESPN don't want anything to do with me. Fox don't want anything to do with me. ABC don't want anything to do with me. None of these networks want anything to do with me. But you guys out there, we have each other's back. YouTube became the place for how do you do something? How do you set up a storage thing for your thing? How do you shave and do a fade and stuff? It's YouTube. How do you change back? How do you program your remote control? It's all YouTube. That's why we needed this to be the most legit form of media there is, period. It's video, it's people talking, and that's why this interview was so important, and we've just removed that from society. We just took that away. The former president literally talking for an hour from his heart, whether it's right or wrong, from his heart talking what he feels is his truth. Then you have a group of people just asking legit questions that were very good, that a lot of journalists would probably stutter. These guys were like, hey, man, look, listen, I'm going to do this and that, and that's lit. They were being themselves, and we can't celebrate that because somebody is changing. Somebody somewhere is like, whoa, that's a problem. We don't want people seeing this. Why? When have we done that? And now we're just doing it gangster style. We're literally gangster style saying that's not going to work. And he knew. He's like, no, don't worry. Let's see how long this lasts. What are we doing? How do we allow this? If I was DeSantis right now, I form a committee in Congress, call up a couple senators. Why? No. You can't do this anymore. You can't do this anymore. We're making a legal. You got to keep these videos on. But we don't do that. Nobody talks. It's like, oh, whatever. And this is so important. Freedom of speech, huge. We got to rewrite the history books. The history books have to say that in March 11th, there was no Trump interview done by 4 cool guys that became extremely popular, that completely crushed it enough that they got their video removed from YouTube. I come from a communist place again. This kind of stuff sucks. You do not want to start going this route where it's like, that doesn't seem like a general answer. Oh, that's going to put us in a bad place. Oh, that's going to put us in this. Because what I heard there, nothing excites me. I don't want nothing to do with bullshit communists imitating Cuba, Venezuela. That place sucks. Nothing to do with the other places. And in a time right now where we're seeing just a little bit of what happens when you don't stand up for yourself and communicate and put people in their place before it's too late, look what we do. We just fold and let's remove that. That might cause some tension. No, we need a conversation. Maybe somebody could come on that same show from the other side and say something. Maybe Biden can come in and say, listen, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I fall asleep half the time, but I got a good 7 minutes in you. Let me tell you what's in my heart. But we don't do that. Hopefully one day we can fix this very soon where somebody can say something. We go, wow, that was interesting. And then somebody else say something that says, wow, that was interesting. Let's fact check you. Let's fact check you. Okay, cool, man. That seems interesting. And we go there. And then we got to all have dinner together after and cool. Nah, I hate this person. It's a disaster. That's why Joe Rogan's so important. That's why he was mentioned in the podcast. That's why the freedom of speech is so important. That's why you guys out there, speaking your mind, following people you like, because the more people push back in 2022, because the history books have changed now in the 2020s, whatever they call this, it'll be completely different. This would never happen in 1987, 97, 2007. But in 2022, oh no, you said something that was a little off and whatever. No, that's done. What are we doing? What are we doing? Everybody should be covering that today. Today, every news outlet, everything up, deleted from YouTube, guys. In today's news, the podcast with Nelk and Donald Trump just got deleted. YouTube released a statement. YouTube left no comment. Why? Oh, the remarks. I said, what remarks? What don't you like? Where'd they mess up? Because what we cheated there was the American dream of 4 dudes that were themselves, that don't have journalistic degrees, that didn't go to colleges, that don't kiss anybody's ass, none of that stuff, that went hard, that did their thing, created lanes for themselves, and landed the biggest interview in 2022. That had more views, more support in 2 days than any interview of this year. Completely whacked. Now I know this is usually a sports thing. It's not a political thing. Listen, I'm in the business of positivity. Where's the positive in this? The positive in this is we got to do something. We can't allow people to dictate what stays and what doesn't. Why? One person speaking their truth, you don't believe it? It's okay. Another person speaking their truth, you don't believe it? It's okay. You follow it, awesome. You don't follow it, not awesome. But people can't tell Americans in America what to see and what not to see. It's your coach. I hate, not happy that this podcast got taken down. I thought it was a huge win for the underdog. I thought it was a huge win for kids, for content people, for people who are not doing the generic cookie cutter thing. I hope this changes. I really do. Thank you for your time. Again, it's your coach. Remember, at the end of the day, no matter if they censor you, if they don't, whatever, just keep going hard and do your thing.